Hey guys, happy Fresh Friday. So as promised, we're going to talk about mold today. Woohoo! Hopefully after last week, you've cleaned all of your water bottles and Tupperware lids and all that good stuff, and you're free from mold when it comes to water bottles. So this Friday, I'd like to talk to you about mold-associated illness. So what it is, how do you know if you have it, and then what to do about it. So the awareness of toxic mold's effect on our body is definitely on the rise. I mean, just like all weird health problems, like restless leg syndrome, for example, we just didn't have that back in the day. So what we refer to as mold illness is actually more serious in some people, and it causes this chronic inflammation. So any of us will get sick when it comes to being exposed to mold and high levels of mold. But see, most people recover naturally, and once the source is identified and removed, they're able to heal from it. But some people have a genetic predisposition that prevents their bodies from actually recognize it, so they can't even detox it out of their body. So just to name a couple symptoms associated with this inflammation or mold-associated illness, we have fatigue, like some of the things that people suffer from that don't even know it's a problem, like fatigue, if you're tired all the time, if you have a headache, muscle aches, cramping, joint pain, tingling or numbness or twitching, blurred vision, asthma, unusual shortness of breath without exertion, depression, dryness, dry mouth, bad breath, GI problems, depression, I think I said that, repeating yourself, just kidding, but that's just to name a few. But I'll send out a full list via email, and if you're not on my email list, make sure you sign up for my 3-day mini cleanse. That's the link below. So how do we get rid of this horrible fungus, and what can we do to feel better, right? So I put together a simple 3-step process when it comes to either avoiding or healing from mold exposure or any other biotoxin exposure. Step 1, you have to definitely identify the source. If you suspect mold, the best thing to do is get a well-trained mold inspector to come and run some tests on your home. Otherwise, there's a few actions you can take right now. You can fix your plumbing. If you have a leak somewhere, you need to fix it ASAP. Trash any porous material like ceiling tiles or carpets if they have mold on them, even a trace of mold on them. Keep the humidity between 30 and 50%, because remember, mold loves humid places. And don't install carpeting in moisture places, like the bathroom, for example. You don't want to put carpet in there. So step 2 is to heal your body. And you guys, there's some really cool ways to help remove mold and other biotoxins from your body. But also, on a side note, these are great practices to include in your daily life, even if you don't think you have a problem with mold. So the first thing is raw garlic. It has a special compound called allicin in it, and it kills yeast and funguses. And the best thing to do is eat it raw if you can stomach it. And there's a great immune boosting tonic on my Instagram page, so check that out. You can't even tell there's raw garlic in there. Activated charcoal is the second one, and bentonite clay. And these things help bind to the toxins and help bring them out of your body. So just like any other supplement, you have to be really careful when it comes to quality. So I have a couple good brands. I put links below. Chlorophyll and other greens, you guys, are excellent. They're excellent chelating agents, so they bring toxins out of our body. And drinking a green juice every day is a fabulous habit that can keep any fungus at bay. So if you really want a 1-week fungus cleanse, just private message me. I'll be glad to help you out with that. The next thing is to cut down on sugar, because remember, sugar feeds everything that's inflammatory in our body. It feeds yeast and all kinds of fungus. So I know easier said than done, but start cutting back on refined sugar. Every little bit helps. Oil of oregano is the next one, and it actually is one of the most powerful essential oils when it comes to killing bacteria. And lastly, cinnamon mold thrives in dampness, right? So cinnamon by nature is a very warming spice. So not only does it help with our insulin receptors and help control blood sugar, but it's also very drying. It's a great spice to help prevent any fungus in the body. Step 3 is to clean your air. One of the best preventative interventions when it comes to preventing mold is incorporating a good air filter and purifier. So I listed a few below for you, but it's something that we breeze over with all the time. Air and water, it's like, oh, this can't be that big of a deal, but it's really overlooked when it comes to optimal wellness, and it could be what's making or breaking you from feeling your best. So definitely look into air and water quality. So one of the filters that I recommended is the IQ Air Health Pro Plus. That's what it's called. But anyways, it's a HEPA filter. It's below. The real name is below. But it's a HEPA filter, and it has a carbon component to it. So it really helps to make the particles super small. And when you have fresh air, you feel fresh, you feel better. And that's really it. So feel free to forward this video to anybody that you think could use it, that's dealing with mold or some of these weird symptoms. And I always love to hear from you guys. If you want to comment below, I'd love to hear your comments, or if you have an idea for a Fresh Friday and you'd like to send me your questions, you never know. It might be on the next Fresh Friday. I might use your question. But I hope you have a great day, and I hope you found this useful. So feel free to sign up for my 3-day mini cleanse, and have a great day, because remember, when you live fresh, you nourish the whole you. Have a great day, guys. Bye.